Next, a visit to San Francisco's Internet Archive to learn about the Prelinger Archives, a collection of over 60,000 industrial, educational, advertising, and amateur films produced from the 1920s through the 1960s. The second of a two-part program looks primarily at amateur home movies and industrial films produced by corporations and organizations.
America, industrial miracle of the century. From all the states flow bounteously the products of forest, mine, and field.
This is the Internet Archive, which is a public digital library in San Francisco, and our mission is universal access to all information forever. This building formerly was the Fourth Church of Christ Scientist, a Christian Science church with an aging congregation who put it on the market. We purchased it, and we've refitted it both as offices and workspaces for our engineers, and also a space for scanning and for our servers. This is our scanning center, where we convert books, microfilm, and motion picture film to bits. And in this room, people are working on scanning books, also manuscript and loose paper material, microfilm, and also digitizing home movies. So Yvonne here is operating a state-of-the-art film scanner, which is actually quite sophisticated. It's taking a digital image of every frame, and then later on these digital images get knit together into a video. This is a home movie from an American family that we don't know who it is. These are films that just turned up at an estate sale. After this film is scanned, the original film will go into cold storage for long-term preservation. That's where I keep all my material. And we will then take the file, we'll do a content test to make sure that it's okay to put online. And then we'll build a record for it with what we know about it. Sometimes that's not very much. And then we'll upload it to the archive for people to look at, to use, to study. Films don't come with a life story. They're usually just a loose can of film. And so you've got to use third-party sources to extrapolate why this was made, who made it, who are these people, why did somebody spend money to make this work. At Internet Archive, we're building an online home movie collection. There are already quite a number of home movies at Internet Archive. I think there's about 8,000 or 9,000. We're going to put up just about everything we can from our collection. If you go to archive.org and search for home movies, there will be enough to occupy you for years. People, for example, write in, they comment. The crowdsourcing has yielded a tremendous amount of information about films. And at this point, we now have an archives of about 9,000 home movies, which is constantly growing. And so as our collection has grown, I found astonishing things that I couldn't believe. One of the things that makes that possible is home movies used to be expensive. Until the 30s, they were for wealthy people. But in 1933, Kodak started to put out 8mm film. It was a lot cheaper. That's when you begin to see working class people make home movies, people of color, rural people who you might not think would, in the 30s, have the spare income to shoot home movies. But it turns out that the canvas that home movies reveal is tremendously diverse and absolutely fascinating. And so it's become, frankly, the only kind of film that I really care deeply about.